այստեղ են մեզի հետ Ջարեդ Ուայթը եւ Լիլիթ Փիլիկյանը, ինչպես նաեւ մեզի հետ է Դագավին եւ հուսամ կմնա մեզի հետ մինչեւ վերջ Ալիմ Խաչատրյանը, որը Պարադոնի տնօրենն է։ Եվ how does it feel? How does it feel being back after 100 years? Now I know you weren't there 100 years ago,
Right.
but the identity was there. The legacy was there. The history was there. Whatever you heard from your grandma and your grandpa. So how did it feel?
So I will say I was very nervous going into Turkey. I felt very uncomfortable about traveling there. So I basically spoke only English and had my husband refer to me as Lily, and basically hid my Armenianness while I was in Turkey. But having been there and walked the streets that my great-grandparents used to live on, I felt the most connected when I had the honey there.
Mm-hmm.
So the honey there from the bees that were there, that my ancestors were part of that same land, part of that. It gave me a flavor for what it must have been like to live there. So,
Feeling of connection there.
yes.
And now I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, you are living it for the next 70, 80, hopefully years of your life. Is that correct?
Living, what do you mean?
That same experience, that
Yes,
same feeling.
I'm taking it
that
with
new
me.
feeling that you
Yes.
got, or that
Connection to
exactly
the past.
that first-hand account, that touch that you got. What would you add on that, Jared?
I would just say I think that her story is very interesting, and in the process of making the film, in the earlier cuts of it, her story was not as central of an aspect of the film. It was one part of it where the history kind of was the bigger part of the film, but we were showing it did some test screenings and showed it to some people, and it kind of came off kind of dry, like a history lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And people weren't really connecting with it, they weren't very engaged by it, but they were interested in her story. And so I discovered along the way that she's really kind of the window into this larger story of the people, of the history, of what happened. And, you know, people like to relate, of course, to other people and their experiences, and that really helps them understand on a deeper level what happened than just hearing the statistics or hearing, you know, the facts and figures.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a really
The
eye-opening.
denied facts, the lies that are being spread.
Of
Yes.
course, yeah.
I see, and okay, եւ գենտատրեմ հիմա ճիշտ ժամանակն է, մենք ունենք այս ֆիլմեն փոքր հոլովակ, գենտատրեմ ճիշտ ժամանակն է այդ հոլովակը ցիդելու հիմա, եւ հավանաբար այդ մեգա ցիդելենի հետ քիչ ավելի ճաշակ կստանանք ֆիլմի մասին, Դագավին գխոսենք, բայց ցիդենք այժմ։
I've spent the last few months looking for what my family lost nearly a century ago.
This is the house. This is not just a piece of paper. This is their dream to go back and go back to their own life and to their own country.
I'm looking for the house that my great-grandparents built and then lost.
The Armenians are an ancient people.
What is the Armenian genocide? What is it?
1.5 million Armenians were killed in the Ottoman Empire in what is today Turkey.
Denial brings on the additional part of the shame.
As we approached the 100th anniversary of the genocide, I felt compelled to do something.
The genocide doesn't end with the killing, but goes on for generations.
My identity is something I've always struggled with.
Who is the authority on what it means to be Armenian?
We have to revisit the Armenian identity.
70 million people living in 100 countries. Armenian identity today is not something similar for all of them.
I feel so removed from all of this.
This is the breaking point for Armenians of the world.
We need to widen the discussion. We need to talk about culture and history and music and film and all these other things.
Ultimately, identity is what a person believes he or she is and wants to be.
Հայ նկատմամբ ատելությունը ցավոք սրտի դեռ շարունակում է շատ լինել Թուրքիայում.
I never thought I would be here.
There was the killing of the homeland, not only killing the people.
It's now dealing with the erasure of their existence.
You can tell there's so much history here. Home is not 100 years ago.
Նկատեցիք չէ վերջում գրված էր coming soon. Actually it's coming very soon. Այս շաբաթ նոյեմբեր 9-ին ժամը 3-ին Hollywood Legion Theater Post 43 2035 North Highland. Ասկի ավելի ինչ կուզեք ասեմ ցեզի. At one point I noticed it said follow the journey of one woman. In fact, that one woman represents tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of women. Some were butchered, some threw themselves into the Euphrates, some were raped, some tried to save their own children with their chest, with their breast, with their neck. So there is a history there, yes, history that's still being denied by some people. Now, why did you choose this movie?
You know, for me,
I can see the tears in your eyes and I respect them, and everybody else does.
You know, before...
Just feel free, please.
Regardless of the fact that it is a beautiful film, beautifully shot and done, and for just as a filmmaker and an artist, covers all of those bases for me. As an Armenian and first generation, having grown up very much with all of these things embedded in my life, it's powerful to see a piece that's done so well and with so much integrity to the matter. And also just, you know, we have a lot of ancestral trauma as a culture, and it's painful to see it, even though I've seen it. Just even seeing the trailer it was hard, but I think it's important to talk about it and have conversations about it. And I'm just so grateful that we have the opportunity to show a film like this at such a historic venue in such an amazing city where we do have so many Armenians and Americans and all of the other cultures together.
After all, we're talking about Los Angeles, right?
Right.
The entertainment capital of the world, and this is a good opportunity for everyone. However, it is something that serves the big purpose, and that is re-establishing justice, regardless who has done what to whom.
Yeah.
Because it is still continuing today. We are seeing it around the world, almost everywhere. We are witnessing, and of course, people know that the denial of a genocide is another genocide. However, nothing is being done to the full extent of what should have been done. So this is an effort, I would say, but I congratulate you for the movie. I congratulate you, ARPA Film Festival, for selecting this movie to be presented, to be included in the program for this year. And I guess in this last 1 minute of this segment, I would just let you, all three of you, free to say whatever you want to say, something that I might not have asked about. Each one of you has 12 seconds. 11 now.
Would you like to talk about truth?
Yeah, I mean, I would just add on to what you were saying, and one of the big things that I discovered in making it is the importance of the truth, especially in, you know, recognizing that this genocide took place, because the denial of it is basically giving permission to all of these other countries to commit further atrocities, to commit further genocides, and that the truth is not just morally right, it's also dangerous to deny what actually happened.
Clear. Lilith, would you like to say something about your film, yourself, whatever you want to?
I'm excited and nervous all at the same time, but I'm looking forward to Saturday, and thank you, ARPA, for this opportunity.
Lilith? Aline?
I'm just really proud to present this and to collaborate with them. I've gotten to know them really well. You guys are amazing, so I'm just really proud.
Well, now I had that opportunity, that luck, that honor as well. So I welcome you again, but it's time for us to go to the commercial break and come back with maybe a new film we talk about. Thank you very much. Հարկելի հարազատներ տեսակ, դիտեցիք եւ պատկերացրիք, գովասներեն հետ կվերացառնանք տարբեր զրույց, տարբեր ֆիլմ։